Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another exciting edition of Psychic Sundays Live with your host, the Queen of Ooga Booga, Psychic Sally Diane.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the show. It's so nice to see you. As I say every week, this is my favorite time of the week. Great way to start the week with all my friends here on Psychic Sundays Live. All my friends and my best friend of all, my producer. And so we welcome you. We have some exciting news. If you've noticed, those that you watch the channel, we have some new videos up. We did a collaboration with Tarot by Lavina, and it's an international collaboration. Carrie O'Donnell from Tarot by Lavina is from Massachusetts, and I've watched her a lot online, and she mentioned that she wanted to do a collaboration. So of course I sent her an email, and there you go. We will be putting up 3 videos. I think my producer already has them up. And part 1, Carrie and I are talking to each other about what we do, how we got started, and so forth. And then part 2, Carrie and I are looking at various events around the United States. We'll look at Canada here on this show. We look at Matt Gaetz, Mitch McConnell, the future of the GOP in general, and the aftermath of the insurrection, which is a pretty heady topic. And then in video 3, we take a look at the royal family in light of Prince Philip's death. So we look at the Queen, and we look at William and Harry and so forth. So I hope that you will watch those videos. And welcome, and thank you for watching us here. Anybody who's interested in getting a reading with me should send me an email at queenofoogaBooga@gmail.com. I am doing readings online, so no matter where you are in the world, I can give you a reading. And that is, if you want a reading, send an email to the queenofoogaBooga@gmail.com. And as per usual, I want to mention this again. We're very excited about our upcoming event, The Ghosts of the Queens, and that will be at the Queen's Inn here in Stratford. It takes place Halloween weekend, and that would be October 29th and the 30th. We will have a dinner. We'll have speeches, including one by your queen. And our friends from Haunting Live podcast will be talking about their experiences as paranormal investigators. And then we have a very special guest, Marianne Kennedy from the Ghosts of Dufferin Live. And she will be giving a speech on Friday. And later on that night, for those of you who will be staying at the Queen's Inn, we will be having a pajama party where Chris from Haunting Light Podcast and myself will be giving little mini readings to everybody. Of course, everybody's in their pajamas, right? And then on Saturday, we will kick off the day with workshops. The first by Marianne Kennedy on mediumship. And then Chris from Haunting Live Podcast will be teaching a workshop on getting to know your angels. And then to wrap up the day, I will be teaching a workshop on reading the playing cards. We'll break for dinner and then come back and do a tour of some of the more haunted rooms of the Queens, and we'll wind it all up with a seance chaired by yours truly and monitored by my producer. Should be a lot of fun. The tickets for this event are $140. They do include your dinner, all 3 workshops, the pajama party if you stay at the Queen's Inn, and the seance. So I'm sure we have a lot of people waiting.
Yes, we do indeed. First, we have Selena.
Hi, Selena.
Last week, we talked about her friend Y, whether she would end up in hospital or jail or both. And Selena wants to know when her friend's rock bottom will be.
Oh, dear, that's not for you to decide. I'm sorry, but I am going to throw cards. That's just my own personal opinion and what life has taught me. It's hard to watch somebody go through that because their rock bottom is going to be different than yours. And so every time they go a little lower, you think, oh, this has got to be it. This has got to be it. And you just have to have faith that she will find that bottom. And once she's able to get up on her feet and help herself a little, then you can help her out. Ooh, okay. Reverse, we have the moon. And you did ask the question of when. And we have the full moon coming up on the 27th. And it's always what draws your eyes, right? And the thing that drew my eyes, in this card, there's a moon in all three phases. So I think that it's telling me one phase of the moon, that you're going to see the full moon, the quarter moon, and the new moon before she hits rock bottom. So she's coming closer. She's coming closer. I think something in her past is going to catch up to her. And, you know, it sounds rotten to want to hope that your friend hits rock bottom, but I understand it. You know, if that's where she has to be before she gets better, if I cared about somebody, I'd feel the same way. Okay. Yes, again, there's the idea that it'll take a phase of the moon, 1 month, before she hits rock bottom, and she's going to have to swallow her pride a little bit. You know, it looks like she has to ask for help from people that she's been too proud to ask for help, and I get a feeling that that might be family. So they say a month. Can we do a reading on Selena? Because when we first started talking to you, the card that flipped over for you was the 9 of Cups, and you shouldn't feel guilty that your life is going well, Selena. Because if it hasn't started to go well already, it is going to start going well. So if you don't mind, I'm going to throw 3 cards for you, and then I have to move on to somebody else. But thank you for tuning in, Selena. And bless you for caring about your friend. Oh, I can see it's breaking your heart. I can see it's breaking your heart. You're not disloyal by moving on. You're not disloyal by doing things that make you happy. Okay, I see that one of the things it's saying is right now, I see the Knight of Cups. So there's somebody who's romantically interested in you. And maybe it's time for you to turn your attention to love a bit, because I don't think you've been paying enough attention to it. And love's such a delicious thing. Okay, so go ahead and enjoy your life. And know that your friend will come to a point where she's ready to help herself. And at that time, then you can start worrying about her. Okay, so who's next, darling?
Next, we have Patricia. Patricia would like to know, in how many months will she be purchasing real estate?
Okay. And it's funny because the first thing that was whispered in my ear was shadows. And that's, it's kind of a thing that, know that what I look at now is the shadows of what is to come. And you can always change it. So let's look at the path you're on now. How long will it take before you're able to secure property? And if you don't like the answer, then you have to do something to speed it up. But let's just see on the path you're on. Okay? I have the feeling that you probably have plenty of options here. Oh. Okay, the first thing I get when I get that Ace of Pentacles, I just got this feeling that the money's been an issue. And when I look at it, it's that idea that people pay over asking and stuff like that. And so even though you have a reasonable down payment, there are people who are willing to come up with so much more. And so it is insane right now. And you do feel like that. You do feel like, you know, I made a perfectly good offer on the house and it was stolen from me. And that seems to happen again and again. But don't get discouraged. Do not get discouraged. I do see somebody here who's going to genuinely help you. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. It seems like you might. I really feel like this might be a new realtor or a new financial advisor, but this is somebody who kind of shows you the tricks to get what you need. But you're still on track to get a house within a month. I mean, within a year. Sorry, not within a month, but within a year. It looks like you're still going through. You're still going through that idea of having things taken from you here. Let me just cut up for a confirmation on him. Oh yeah, yeah. Under a year, once somebody comes in to help you, and somebody's on the way to come and help you, and with some good advice, which is also on the path ahead, you are in a house that you love by October. So don't give up hope. There's somebody coming along to help you out. Okay.
Wonderful. That was a reading for. I don't even remember now.
Was that Patricia?
Sure, we'll go with Patricia. Anyhow, hi Tanya, Amanda,
Hi.
Haunting Live is here. Hi Eva.
The gang's all here. Hi, everybody.
Yes, and we have some newbies here. Kara, Jazz Winder is here. And our next question comes from Virgo Queen. She would like to know what May has in store for her and Ivan.
Oh, good question. Okay. And if anybody has a favorite deck that they want me to use in their reading, just let me know. Right now, I'm using the Pamela Coleman Smith deck. I like that one because it's got some bonus cards in it. Bonus cards that I put in, of course. Well, yes. Okay. So in May, you've got the Hanged Man, but it's reversed. So I think that May might be a quiet month for you. And I know patience isn't your long suit. I understand that. It's a Virgo thing. Yeah. Ooh. Okay. I did tell you to put away the pregnancy kits, and please do that, and don't get all nerved up. But when I see that Ace of Cups, and you see me, ooh, when I turned it over, because that pregnancy issue keeps coming around and round and round and around you. And when I see that May starts out, it's like the first 3 weeks, there's a lot of moodiness there. Yeah, I can see you being moody. So there is a chance that you are dealing with pregnancy, but it is a month that starts with you being moody and you feeling like things aren't moving forward fast enough for you. Just, okay, what are you going to do next, right? But it ends on an extremely positive note. You've got the Ace of Cups, and that's my cup runneth over. Now, I'm not sure whether this is actually a baby, because when I put my hands on it, the word wedding comes through. So you might actually be more talking about the wedding. But just the way it goes, moody, happy. That's May for you. Moody, happy. Very happy. So don't worry, May ends well.
Sorry, folks, we've got some bandwidth problems happening here tonight, so if the stream doesn't look the best, it's out of my control for the moment. And next we have Kara wants to know whether she will ever be romantically involved with AW.
Boy, I'm getting tunnel vision there. I really am. When I kind of close my eyes and zoom in on it, it's like, he's the only one you're looking at, and I get a little worried because sometimes when we get into that mindset, we overlook what else is around us. And plus that, then we pour too much energy into a relationship way too fast. And that's like overwatering plants, it kills them. Okay, so anyhow. Let's look at Karen and relationships. Karen and relationships. Let's see. I'm just going to put 3 cards. All right. You've got the Hermit reverse, which tells me that you're not going to be lonely much longer. Because, you know, the Hermit's alone, but he's reversed, so the loneliness ends, right? Okay, so I do see you trying too hard. That's what Seven of Wands is telling me, because it's in the area of severity. So I was right to tell you to kind of relax a bit. Just relax a bit. Know that it will come to pass, but also know that you might find, in the long run, you might find him a bit annoying, because he moves too slowly on everything. But yeah, he's going to come around. He just likes to take his time at everything. And let's see if I get any timing. 7 to 9. Okay, so summer. So you might be looking at July, August, somewhere around there.
Right, some summer loving for Kara coming her way. Yeah. Next, Haunting Life would like to know about the Ontario lockdown. Is it going to get even stricter?
Yeah, that worked so well for Doug Ford last week. That's sarcasm. So, let's see what happens with the Ontario lockdown. Oh, it's going to be extended a while. They're going to add another week or two, because it's supposed to be 6 weeks, and it looks like they're going to expand it to 7. Yeah, I can tell this reads real literally that nobody was in love with the first idea. See what they come up with next. Okay. So, yes, the Ontario lockdown is going to last another 7 weeks, but somehow they're going to make some changes so that business, they're going to make some decisions that bring businesses more online. And I'm not sure how that works, but while keeping that whole lockdown, you should stay at home, but making it easier for businesses to maybe do curbside pickup or something along those lines, because it looks like there's help here for the businesses. And usually the help for the businesses is money coming out of the Ontarians' pocket, but this feels more like they're going to make it easier for the businesses to earn money through the lockdown. But again, another week added to it.
All right, now we know what's going on in Ontario in the future. Jazzwinder wants to know about Johan. Is he facing any medical problem? Jazzwinder, that's a little personal, don't you think?
Well, I know that she cares, and I know that he doesn't always tell her what's going on with him. Doesn't tell her a lot of things. But anyhow, keep in mind this is for entertainment purposes only. I am not a doctor. I don't even play one on TV. Okay, so.
And I'm not good at foreign names. For all I know, that could be Jazzwinder.
Okay, so Let's see. I'm a little worried that you might not have 100% his permission to do this, because I'm getting a little bit blocked there. I'm going to give it a try. I mean, you do care, so tell me as much as you can. Tell me as much as you can. So the first answer you get. Oh, okay. All right, all right. Oh, okay. So whatever's going on with him, it looks like, the first thing he talks about is childhood. So I think that whatever's going on with him right now is a reflection of something that started in his childhood. And that's pretty much, well, all they're going to tell me. So the feeling that I get from it is, don't worry, no matter what he says, he knows what it is and he knows what to do about it. Okay?
Alrighty then. Tanya wants to know about the week ahead, because this past week has been brutal.
Oh, you deserve a break today. Oh, okay, so.
Just to remind everybody, these readings are for entertainment purposes only.
Week ahead for Tanya. And, sometimes when I do readings, it's like if I can't, sometimes I don't have permission. It's not ethical for me to look at for me to spy in on somebody else. So if somebody isn't willing to give you a piece of personal information about themselves willingly, I won't be able to pick it up in the tarot either. Ooh. Tanya, I think you worry too much. I've got a feeling that...
Wait a minute, you usually don't put those cards back in.
Well, this time I do. But, the Nine of Swords flipped over. And this idea of sleeplessness, that this has been such a crappy week that you're coming out of, that right now you're thinking, what next, what next, what next, what next? And you're as nervous as a long-tailed cat in a rocking chair factory. That's what my mom used to say. So let's see how your week's really going to go. Just take a deep breath. At least next week isn't this week. Forgive Mother Nature for the snow on Wednesday. Everybody forgive Mother Nature for the snow on Wednesday. This is for entertainment purposes only. I am not qualified to be a weatherman. Okay, Tanya, let's see how your week's going to go. Aw. One thing I pick up, and I know you've got little ones around you, I get this feeling of little kid arms going, just kind of giving you a hug and a compliment at just the right kind of time, Sometimes kids can just melt your heart. They're such rotten little brats, and then they just do something so sweet. Okay, so first off, you get one of my bonus cards, and this is the one that says the past, but it's not the ominous kind of look at the past. It's kind of that idea of look to better, remember better times. Remember better times to know that better times can still come. So it's sort of like, it's sort of like you don't just learn negative lessons from the past. You also learn positive lessons. Like in Scrooge, when the angel that took him to the past was to remind him that life can be good and how life can be good. You've got the Knight of Cups, going to the Queen of Swords reversed. Okay, so yeah, this is the only thing wrong with this week is that you're so wound from last week. I think you're going to be all right. I say that you have the Queen of Swords reversed, but it's on the positive side. So it's the card saying to me, to you, that yeah, there is anxiety here, but don't worry about it. You're okay. You show up in the positive. And you're looking over to the Knight of Cups, and this is that your young man. You're looking to the Knight of Cups, maybe a bit severely, and the cards say, well, yeah, he's deserved it, but this week, cut him some slack. He's actually being good this week. He's actually being sweet this week. Yeah, you can relax. You can relax. There isn't another shoe to drop. Just relax, meditate, let it go, and try to get some sleep.
All right, there. Next, we have Swaggy Star, who wants to get pregnant before Thanksgiving. She didn't specify which Thanksgiving. If you're in America, Canadians have Thanksgiving and Oktoberfest.
Yes, the first Monday in October. Babies usually happen when they're good and ready. I'm wondering if you're in a contest or something, a competition of some sort. But let's see.
It's a bet with a sister. I'm sure it is.
No. Okay. I'm not even going to call one on that. Okay, so Swaggy. Let's see. Swaggy and babies. Babies for Swaggy. Babies for Swaggy. Show me when, where, and we all know how. So just when, where. Well, the usual way of doing it, I'm sure. There we go. You do have the Ace of Cups. So that's a new beginning. Often a baby in that. It's dead center. The question was about a baby. So yes, you will have one this year. And it keeps telling me to count the streams, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we might be looking at 5 months. Yeah. I think you've had a miscarriage before, because there's some worry. There's been some unfortunate incidences in your past, so there's a little bit of baggage there. Okay. Yeah. It does look all right. It does look all right. Positive. The positive, the 4 of coins. Oh, yeah. Okay. So if I was going to look at that in its most positive aspect, it would talk about maybe not having a whole lot of money or a king's ransom, but having enough to get by. So there's enough there financially. And you do have a joyous card in the middle, the Ace of Cups. So I would say, yeah, you probably could get pregnant before Thanksgiving. You know, I always don't do that, but actually, it might be telling me Yom Kippur there, which is in September sometime. So again,
hello, everybody. If you're new here, please like and subscribe, but most importantly, tell your friends. Tell everybody that we're here, that we're doing this every Sunday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Whether it's daylight savings times or standard time is unimportant. We'll be here at 9 o'clock, even if Sally's out with a broken shoulder, in which case I take over.
he looks adorable in a crown.
Did we do that part? Did I wear the crown?
You wore the crown.
Yeah, I did too. I forgot about that.
It's adorable.
All right. Hello, everybody. Tichelle is next. She would like a reading for the week.
Okay, Tichelle's week. All right. I don't know whether your mom told you to smile, but I'm telling you to smile this week. It looks like you're having one of those your attitude determines your altitude kind of thing. And when it says always smile, even in the face of adversity, I think that's one of those things. I think your God's trying to tell you don't let them see you sweat. Oh yeah, oh yeah. It doesn't matter how you feel on the inside. This is a week to take charge of the situation and move forward. The Chariot's a powerful move things forward kind of card, and that's dead center in your week. So the Death card, which talks about changes, which talks about transformation, is in the area of severity, and it's also ill aspected, which tells me that you're not a big one to embrace change. So this week is a good week for you to embrace change. Own it. Be the leader there. So don't be afraid of change. Not this week. Definitely not this week. You've got some good spidey sense, and I don't know whether you know what gaslighting is, but it makes people, it's when people make you doubt your own instincts, and don't let people gaslight you this week. It's kind of like when I see this guy's out there, both eyes open, and he's in charge. So, and this also says that some secrets are going to come spilling out this week, and not yours either, because this has kind of got a good karma feel to it. So, you're in charge. If somebody's non-supportive or catty or witchy towards you, just ignore them, and I mean give them no power whatsoever. Keep doing what you're doing. Move forward with confidence, even more confidence than you usually have, and know that the universe is spilling the beans on somebody this week, and it's not you.
Since when was being witchy bad?
Well, I did want to use the B.
Oh.
So.
Oh, you can say bitchy here. It's fine.
Yeah, I meant be bitchy.
Anyhow, Bojack would like to know about job hunting efforts. And while Sally's shuffling those cards, head on over to the like button and hit down. Hit that press that button. Hit that over and over again. Well, none of it turns it off again, but you know what I mean.
Okay, Bojack job prospects. Here you've got the star dead center, which when you're wishing for something, stars are pretty good one to see. And it kind of reminds me, when you're looking for a job, it's like being at crossroads. And even though there's nothing at the crossroads, the awesome thing about being at the crossroads is you can go in any direction you want. And instead of worrying about whether there's a job out there for you, this is a good time for you to start defining what you want from a job. So turn that right on its head and decide what it is that you really want to do and what kind of a company you really want to work for. And don't believe anybody who tells you that there aren't prospects out there. And I know you hear it on the news all the time. It's how they keep viewers and sell newspapers. Negativity sells. I don't know why we don't like positive news, but who can understand humans, right? Okay, so even though I don't see you getting a job this week, I still feel that job prospects are good for you. And that the Knight of Pentacles I see as you. And the Knight of Pentacles is holding a pentacle, so I know that you will get a job. You just won't get it as quickly as you would like. But I'm telling you that this is a time to be picky about where you apply. Decide what you want to be when you grow up, because this is a time for you to go for what you wish for. Okay.
Well, there you go. Next, Amanda would like a reading for this week. Mahoney, we're going to do you next. Hi, Adi. Juju from Israel. Hello.
Shalom. What's that, Friday night? Okay. So we're looking at the week ahead for Amanda.
Yep.
Amanda's week. And I am actually going to change things up and pull out the Lenormand. And I've gotten some compliments on the Lenormand from some of you guys. The deck I use is 52 card, and it's by Ryan Edwards, and it's called the Maybe Lenormand. And I like this because it has all 52 cards in it. It's a combination of the Lenormand and the Gypsy cards, which works well for me because I like the symbology of the Gypsy cards, but I still very much like the playing cards and the numerology involved in it. Okay, so we are looking at Amanda's week. Okay, so one thing about this week, usually you work in close proximity with somebody else, because I see dead center that, you got two birds, which is two people working together. But it seems like whoever you're partnering with, I think that person is a little low energy this week, because I'm seeing obstacles and obstacles around this person, and it's obstacles in moving forward periods. You might have somebody stubborn involved here, but it's also obstacles of as far as perspective. So you might be you might find yourself going in, having a different point of view from somebody you usually agree with a lot. But that train in the middle tells me that this is a week for you to move forward with your ideas, just like the last one. That's funny. It's kind of like you've got some good ideas. You have some good directions you want to go. And I think you've been discouraged. Whatever it is that you want to do that people have been discouraging you from doing, because there's a lot of conflicts here, and yet it's kind of like, doing what you want, what you plan, what makes you feel safe is the key. The key here to what you hope for. You've got a star here and the key. And when I look here, you've got the crane and the main lady together. And the main lady is you, but then you have the Queen of Hearts with the crane, and the crane is a symbol of good luck. So this week becomes doing things your way real fast. And if you look here, you got two birds working together, and here you got one bird, and that one bird is you. And if you just do things your own way and go forward, no fear, you end April on a very good note. So somebody disagrees with you, they're right, they're wrong, and you're right.
Well, there you go, Amanda.
Yeah, that doesn't always happen, but it's nice when it does.
Next, we have P. Mahoney, who would like to know about their latest project.
Oh, sounds exciting. Let's see. The latest project. Okay. This project for Mr. Mahone. Okay, the latest project, the only thing I worry about is somebody here, Andy, It's this guy right here. That's the I see this guy as a showman. I think he's called the prime man, but I see him as a bit of a showman, bit of more the ringmaster than somebody who's actually hands on. And there's this idea that he is, I think he could be responsible for obstacles, and I think that everything I see around this project is well aspected. The idea of that it's a good idea, and it's something that can yield profits right here. And I see that even here and here and here. The things that worry me is where your backing is. And I think what you need here is a good solid plan B, which it looks like you already have kicking around in the back of your head. So if things go sour with one of the people in the project, be ready to initiate plan B quickly. Because I would rather see it go this way than go this way. And there's one of two ways it can go. So don't be stubborn about the whole loyalty thing. If somebody's being an obstacle, you need to replace them. But overall, the project seems to be going just fine. I like that there's a star. This is the hearth, so it shows warmth. The fish are good fortunes, things moving forward, and it goes right with the ship, which is also about things moving forward well. This is the prime woman, and it's right next to the horse moving forward. And so you also have aces and aces. So it should go well. Don't let anybody stand in your way.
Perfect. That was Mr. Mahoney. Suzanne is here, and she has
Hi,
a medical
Suzanne.
question.
I'm not a doctor, Suzanne. I'm not qualified to answer medical questions. This is for entertainment purposes only. But having said that,
Can I finish?
yes.
It's about her mom.
Oh, okay.
It's a medical question about her mom and medication.
Okay. So let's just look at what's going on with your mom. If you want to know about your mom and medication, something's got your spidey sense going. Okay, so Suzanne's mom. How's Suzanne's mom doing? How can Suzanne best help her mom? How's Suzanne's mom doing? Yeah, I'm a little worried myself. Let's look at this top row. It doesn't look good in the present, and it doesn't look good going forward. So I am a psychic, so I'm not qualified medically, but I think that this might be something you want a second opinion on, because it just doesn't, it goes from sick bed to shattered mirror to the cross, and the cross in the Lenormand is not a good sign. And it's just the transition, and I don't like that transition, especially when I look at what could be. And it looks like right now they're kind of trying to mark time. I think that's what the shattered mirror is telling me. That, okay, it's broken beyond repair, so we're just going to make it good for now. And there's need for different perspective here, and there's a possibility for an outcome that's twice as good, or half as bad. Twice as good. We'll say twice as good. Yeah, this is a good time for you to get another opinion. You have a right to get a second opinion, and this is the time to get it. This is the time to, get the ball rolling on that. So, yeah, I'd say get a second opinion.
Okay, next we have Sonia who would like a reading for the week. Adi, you're next.
All right, and I think I'm going to go to the runes. Okay, so Sonia's week ahead.
Aren't you special, Sonia? You get the runes.
Okay, so this week starts with some changes, and part of it has to do with travel. And I don't know whether you're in Ontario. I just assume everybody's in Canada. I know my viewership goes much farther than that, but it does seem that there's some unforeseen changes here, and some of it involves travel. So you're getting some news about travel early on in the week. Now this one right here, which came up first and just kind of tumbled off the back of my hand. I just want to see what it is that's trying to get away from you this week. The sun, optimism. Okay, Sonia, this is a really good week for you to be optimistic, even when you feel tired and you don't want to be optimistic. Make yourself be optimistic. Be a glass half full kind of person. You've got some changes, and it's kind of funny because usually I love change. I'm always trying to embrace change. But here I just get a lot of trepidation. Almost like there's changes coming, but you don't necessarily want to embrace them, and you don't necessarily want to do the travel that's put in front of you. Yeah, there's things going on at home this week that you kind of want to stick around home, and yet work is calling you in a different direction. Your week ends. This is Berkana, but Berkana is associated with the goddess in the Norse pantheon, and this is Tiwaz, which is associated with Tyr, who's one of the gods. So you have the god and the goddess, which is kind of talks about a balance on a spiritual and an emotional level. So it feels like you're torn in two different directions this week, but go ahead and take the one that shouts the loudest. And I think this is work, because it feels like whatever's going on the home front will burn itself out. Will take care of itself. There's love there, so that's you're okay there, and the week does end up on a positive note. Okay, so that's the week for you, Sonia.
Okay, next we have Adi, who is preparing for exams. They're scheduled for the end of May, but with COVID, he was wondering if they're going to remain on track or be postponed till the end of June.
And you study and get all that knowledge up there, and then they make you try and keep it up there for a month. Oh my goodness. Okay, so interesting. Okay, so that's definitely being discussed, because there are some that are of the mind, well, we definitely have to stop it. But you have more who are saying there are ways to do this, and there are ways to do this in a partnership, and there are ways to do this safely. We can, if we're careful and if we're strong about it, we can do this just fine. So I think the exams are going to go through. Let's see. Success. Yeah, they're really, there's that idea of doing what is blessed and what is right, and what's doing what is successful. Yeah, it's going to they're going to be arguing about it a lot, and the way the exams are done are going to be done a lot different somehow. But there's something about whatever's involved with these exams. It's not just here. It's like it has to be done now because it impacts stuff that happens in other places geographically. So it's not just about here. So they figure out a way to make it happen.
All righty. Well, that was a question for Adi. Sorry, a reading for Adi. Well, thank you, Selena. Juju didn't ask a question from what I can tell. Apurva wants to know where her relationship with Yogesh is going. He recently introduced her to his family.
Wow. Okay. This is the time to be cucumber cool. I know it's exciting, isn't it? We know what it means when they introduce us to their family. But you still need to be cool as a cucumber. So I bet she's scared.
You're assuming she wants to.
She does. She does. She does. It is what you think. There's Aw. He's already told his family that you're the one that he's been looking for. I think yes, there's family property of some sort here. There's family property, and it's very likely that if your engagement ring isn't a family heirloom, something around your marriage, something about your wedding, something about your first home, there are family heirlooms, because there's property, there's stuff that kind of is handed down from generation to generation. But don't worry, you made a good impression. They like you just fine. They think you're special. You fit in with the family. And I didn't look at this one. This is the last one. This is the final card, the final outcome. Aw, blessings. Blessings is the final outcome. So far, so good. Don't get nervous, just be cool.
All right, perfect. Next, we have a first-time viewer, Joe's
Hello.
Mystics.
Hi, who?
Joe's Mystics.
All right.
He or she is asking about a relationship with D. See, this could be anybody.
Okay. Joe's Mystics, I like that name. Okay, so Joe and relationships. Joe and relationship. And let me just cut that. There we go. Okay, so what do you want to know about D? It looks like right now you're a little worried about whether you're earning, about how much money you're earning. I think you're a little bit worried about your financial stability right now. But as far as love, you're fine there. You've got the King of Cups, and you've got the little girl here. So you've got this kind of family feel that hasn't quite gotten there yet. But the direction you're headed is toward the Four of Wands. And the Four of Wands is about a coming together of community, a coming together of friends. So you guys will get closer together, and you'll start hanging out with. You'll start becoming a circle of friends. Part of, like, she'll become part of your circle of friends. You'll become part of her circle of friends. So it's relationship is never about two people. It's always about the community around them. But I'm just going to throw one more card as a clarifier, and then we'll move on. Okay. You have the Eight of Wands, but it's reversed. And the problem with the Eight of Wands, it's moving forward fast. It's moving forward too fast. So you might be coming on a little bit too strong. But other than that, the relationship is favorably aspected. So if there was one piece of advice the cards were going to give you, it's just don't come on too strong. You'll be fine.
Okay, well, we are definitely going over time today. We have a lot of questions, and it's already 10 o'clock.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes,
okay.
So why don't we take this time to tell them about our special event in October?
Yes.
Halloween weekend. Getting all spooky, doing a seance, learning stuff.
Oh, yeah. And I hope...
Consuming beverages.
Yeah. Shh. There's an old English pub in this hotel. We will be staying at this event. Will be taking place at the Queen's Inn, which is the Grand Old Lady of Stratford, one of the original hotels. The second oldest, the Stratford Hotel, has the Queen's Inn beat by 10 minutes or so, but the Queen's Inn is in the same location that the original Queen's Arm was built, on the corner of Ontario and Waterloo in 1858. And so there's all kinds of cool ghosts and cool history to this hotel. And we will start out with a dinner. It's a beautiful hotel. They have lovely cuisine, and so we're going to have a dinner for starters, sit down, have a meal together. Then afterwards, we're going to have some speeches. I'm going to talk about the ghosts of the Queen's Inn. And then our friends from Haunting Live podcast will discuss their adventures as paranormal explorers. And finally, we will have Marianne Kennedy from the Ghosts of Dufferin County and beyond, and she will be talking about her experiences as a medium. After that, we will be going upstairs and changing into our pajamas, and those who are staying with us at the Queen's Inn will also be able to participate in our pajama party, where Chris from Haunting Life Podcast and myself will be giving mini readings to everybody in our pajamas. And of course, you have to be in your pajamas too to get a reading. And so that will be our pajama party. Saturday, we will have workshops all day, starting with a workshop on mediumship by Marianne Kennedy. And it will be followed by a workshop on getting to know your angels with Chris from Haunting Live Podcast. And it will wind up with a workshop from me, the Queen of Ooga Booga, on how to read the playing cards. Then we will take a dinner break and meet back at the hotel for a tour of some of the more haunted rooms. And of course, we'll be using the instruments that Haunting Live uses for their paranormal investigations, and talking about some of the stories. And then we will end up the event with a seance chaired by yours truly and monitored by my producer. So we'll keep it safe. And I'll make sure it's fun. And so that is $140. If you're interested in participating, go to the Haunting Live Podcast website, or send a message to the Queen of Ooga Booga at gmail.com. So who's next?
Next, we have Lisa Love. Wants to know what's going on next week.
Okay.
Hi, Alicia.
Hello. We're still here. Okay, so this is for Lisa Love. Lovely Lisa Love. Okay, so, ooh, you start out with the Nine of Swords. Why do you have the Nine of Swords? Because you're letting somebody bully you. That's why you have the Nine of Swords. Oh, good. It ends on a good note. This week might be a little bit difficult for you just because you're letting somebody bully you. You're letting somebody dominate your life. And it makes you nervous and it makes you feel withdrawn. That doesn't have to be. So this might be a good time for you to avoid somebody who is domineering. This might be a good time to let it go in one ear, out the other, same as everybody else does. But try not to let yourself get so upset. The week ends on a very positive note. You've got kind of a canoe. You have the King of Cups there, but it really has a romantic canoodling kind of feel to it. So even though the week starts out irritating, it ends up romantic. All the huggy kissy stuff, that's fine.
Well,
Makes
there
it
you
worth
go, Lisa Love. We've got a good ending to a tough week. Alicia wants to know what's going on for May. Hi, Kelly.
31 days, Alicia. I'm just being funny. I think I'm funny. He'll tell you I'm not, but I
You're a lot funnier than I am.
think I am. Okay, so the week for Alicia. Okay, so, oh, you said May in general. So, which makes sense because it tells me that the first 2 weeks in May, you've got the Two of Swords. And the thing with the Two of Swords is it is about, it's about the walls that we put up to keep ourselves from getting hurt and how they make us more vulnerable. And it looks like at the beginning of the month, you're trying to help somebody get those walls down and open up a bit. I know it's going to be difficult and it dominates the first 2 or 3 weeks of May, but this must be somebody very close to you, Alicia, because it says that you can help this person to heal. You can help this person to open up. So whoever the tough nut to crack it in your life is, you can engage them a little bit more and get them to deal with their problems a little bit more openly in May. And that seems to be your challenge in your project. But positively speaking, you've got the Chariot. So once you get halfway through May, and my guess is that this is when the lockdown is lifted up. It feels like it's like when I see the Chariot, I get this feeling of freedom. We're kind of locked here and dealing with all this stuff. But then it's just like a switch goes on, and all of a sudden you're making plans for the summer. You're making plans going forward. You're ready to hit the road. So May ends on a really, really, really good note. As soon as the restrictions are lifted, you're on the road. You're planning trips. Yeah, looking for poor judgment calls. I'm just kidding, but sorta. Okay.
Okay, next we have Miss Joshua. Will Sarah Van love and marry me? Folks, please be patient. We have a lot of questions here. We have a lot of new people here. For anybody here that's joining us from Tarot by Lavina, welcome. We hope that you enjoyed our little crossover show there. And on we go with the
Okay.
Sarah Van marry, love, children, divorce.
Jessica, settle down. You're putting things way to, you've got this nervous energy around you, and that it doesn't just kill spontaneity. It kills your happiness. You need, you just need to relax. Let me look at you in relationships. There you go. Okay, so Jessica in relationships. What's happening with Jessica in relationships? Okay. I think that you've had a hard time with relationships before, because it tells me that right now you're starting to activate after a period of healing. So I think you've been off the market a while, and you might be a little bit rusty with your finesse. Yeah, I think that maybe for a while you said you never wanted to go into a relationship again. And then you find yourself head over heels in love. Boy, I got a feeling this one is snuck up on you. It did. Just relax. You're healing. She likes you just fine. It's a seedling. I'm using a metaphor here. It looks like it's young and it's tender, and she sees a lot of good in you. So don't overwhelm her. Trust the process a little bit. This is somebody that you can like. This is somebody who's not going anywhere. This is somebody who sees a lot of good in you. Don't blow it by overwhelming her. Don't worry about marriage and children and all that right now. Right now, be glad that she likes you. And start appreciating the good things in her. See her creative side. See what's good in her. Always put her in the right light. Piece of advice, if she ever asks you, do these jeans make me look fat? If they do make her look fat, tell her they don't flatter her. Never, ever, ever tell her anything makes her look fat. It's always a clothes fault. Okay, just letting you know something about women. But as far as timing, yeah, just relax and enjoy the moment. Enjoy the friendship. Enjoy the laughter. Just take it easy. You're on that road. Just don't rush it along. You'll chase her away.
All right, next we have Christina, who's wondering about her boyfriend. Will there be trouble? Won't there be trouble? In the next 3 months? Because after that, it's the middle of summer and anything goes.
Okay. Christina's relationship. Relationship reading for Christina. There we go. Ooh. Okay. So, I think that your boyfriend is dealing with perhaps some family issues. It looks like he's going through a healing period. And the reason I say it's family issues because it feels like it's something really emotionally charged. It just makes him want to withdraw. And it really has nothing to do with you because he loves you. He'd rather be around you than what he's dealing with right now. But he does, whatever's making him a little distant right now, don't worry about it. It's over and done with within a month. And you've got your boyfriend back. Because he loves you.
Well, then that takes care of that. Hi, Joanna. Joanna's wondering about money. Will there ever be enough?
You know, we always forget, we put so much importance on money. We always forget that the only reason money has any value at all is because we give it value. It's really just a unit of barter.
Those damn bankers.
You know, it really should chap our cheeks that the people who play with our money are so very rich. Bankers, insurance companies, they don't do anything. And look at all the money they're sitting on. All of our money. You ever try to get money out of an insurance company? So anyhow, enough about my left-wing leaning stuff, but Joanna and money. You always have to be careful with money because nothing chases money away faster than money anxiety. You know, and it's so easy to get sucked in by money anxiety, where suddenly everything's about the money, and that's that keeps you from enjoying what's right in front of you. Okay, so Joanna, let's see, Joanna and money. Okay. See what the cards have to say about it. Oh, there we go. Okay, so one of the things that works against you, I think that there is a backlog of bills, because I feel like the money responsibilities that are around you are really more than you can bear, which doesn't make any sense because right in the middle, you've got the world. You should be doing just A-OK right now. And it might be time for you to really take a good hard look at how you're spending your money, because it just feels like you're doing it in such a way that's creating more of a burden for yourself. And the most positive thing that you can do is be more organized about it, because you should be doing well money-wise. There's already enough money there that you should be able to pay your bills and have a little set aside, which you already know. So I'm wondering what's chewing up your money. So know that you can do better money-wise. And I'm sorry for giving you a lecture, but that's just how it came across. I know that people who are living paycheck to paycheck often say, or people who are even living in worse situations say, well, I don't make enough money to budget. But that's the time when you need to budget the most. That's the time when you need to work out that spreadsheet. And that's the time when you need to know where all your pennies are going. And right now, you need to know where all your pennies are going, because there's a bunch of them falling between the cracks.
Dope, 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 cha-ching.
Mm-hmm.
Sharon wants to know about a career change. Hi, Kelly. Indigo. We're going to get to all of you, hopefully. Janet's here. Elsa is here. Hi, Tiffany. Hi, Ryan. Well, look at all these people. We might not get out of here until 11.
Oh my, that's too late for me.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so who am I looking at now?
Sharon. Career change for Sharon.
Okay, so career change might be a good idea for you. Oh yeah. When I look at these cards that are in front of me, the most positive thing that you can do is break away from the devil. And dead center, you've got the King of Coins reversed. And I think this is who you're working for. Because the first two things it says is you're working for somebody who isn't paying you enough. You know, there's somebody who has the ability to be fair and equitable, and has the money to be fair and equitable, but is not. And it's impacting the way that you work because you just don't feel like there's a way ahead. It's almost like the feeling that I get is like right now you're in this. Okay, there's a phrase they say that you should keep a horse, feed a horse just enough so it knows it's hungry. And some employers take that view too. You know, pay your employees just barely enough, right? That's not good. I don't like the situation you're in right now. Yes, you should definitely. Basically, any career is good, better than where you're at right now. It's got to be one of those things where you just don't feel like you have a good reason to leave when you should be leaving. Let me just. Yeah, I didn't tell you anything that you didn't already know. I think that you're worried about your own abilities, and you are very talented, and this is a good time for you to change careers.
You heard her, Sharon. Start reading for others.
That's right.
Da-da-da-da. Who's next? Who's next? Who's next? Kelly wants to move or not? 2 months. Will Kelly be moving in the next 2 months?
I'm getting 4. Sorry about that. I'll cut the cards for you, but I'm getting 4. Yep. 4. It's gonna take you that long to find a situation that works for you. And don't let being in a rush keep you from finding the situation that works out right for you.
Okay, moving on. Kelly's moving in 4 months, and we're moving on to Indigo Kidda, who wants to know about his financial income in the next 6 weeks.
Yes. And I've got 2 more readings in me. I'm sorry, folks, but I got 2 more readings in me. But thank you, everyone, for tuning in. And if I didn't get to you today, just send me an email to queenofoogaboga@gmail.com. If you send me your request via email, I will do those readings first thing next week. So we're looking at indigo, right?
Yes.
And what was the question?
Finances.
Finances. Need to look at the do-re-mi. Okay, so. You've got wands here. You know, it looks like you're blocked for another month, but they open up within 2. You got 4 weeks. You got 4 weeks there, 8 weeks there. So at 4 weeks you're still a little blocked. At 8 weeks things are going forward full on. Okay, so what else about finances can I tell you? Yeah, you've got a lot of wands, a lot of a lot of fire, you know, coming up around you. You might have some job changes coming up in get that. I still say within the next 2 months you do have job changes because it feels like you're going towards something that engages you a little bit more. Sets your mind on fire. That gets your curiosity going. That makes you feel productive and good about what you're doing. Perhaps more of a leadership position. But if we were to look up the road another 2 months, that you're thinking more about the future and planning more for the future. So yeah, finances will get a little bit better for you. Give it a couple months. Take the opportunities that life is going to be offering you.
All right, two more, Janet and then Lashika, and then we're gonna have to say goodnight, folks, because the dog needs to go for a walk. Anyhow, Janet. Hi, my partner, 15 years, passed away in December.
I am so sorry.
I've been extremely depressed
Oh,
since.
yes, that's understandable.
Will it get better?
Yes, yes. But I'm going to, I'm going to do a reading for you. But yes, it'll get better. It will. It
And
will. I am so sorry. That's a long time to be with somebody, and it leaves a big hole in your life.
it certainly does.
Yeah.
Janet, would you do me a favor, please, and put your crisis hotline number for your area on your fridge? Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. I know it's hard because if yeah, it's hard to focus in on the positive. And I know you've got family and friends around you that say you still have us and we're here for you whenever you need it, but it's not the same. And I can understand how empty it's been. Sometimes it takes loved ones a while before they find their way back. So I know that right now you may have a few things with his scent on it, which is valuable, but as far as actually sensing him around it, you don't. And it just takes a while. He'll start showing up in your dreams, and they'll be very vibrant dreams. But yes, it will get better. You're a young woman, and it's kind of, this is not the time of life where you would expect to be dealing with this. And it doesn't feel like you were prepared for that, but who is? It says that it's going to take 3 years to heal completely. And I know that feels like a long time, but it isn't. It isn't. And it doesn't mean that you're going to feel this bad. It happens little by little. It shows up as being the coins, and the coins move a little bit more slowly. So it takes you a while to build that back up and to feel whole again. But you will.
Okay, on to the last reading of the night. Lashika is looking for a future husband. Actually, no, let me correct that. She's waiting for a future husband to find her. Get off the couch, walk out the door.
Put on some lipstick, make eye contact, and smile. But I'm going to, how about we just do a reading for Lashika and romance? And let's see what your best path to romance is. Let's do it that way. Best path to romance. There you go. Best path to romance. Best path to romance. What should Lashika do? Okay, so there's the idea of being willing to embrace love. So whatever kind of a tough gal exterior you've been putting forward, change your tune a little bit. Don't be afraid to be soft and delicate. Okay, and my producer is absolutely right. You do need to get out a little bit more. And I don't mean go sit in bars or whatever, but actually maybe take a class or join a club, studying something that enthuses you, or a club that involves something that enthuses you, that you like, even if it's something that's predominantly female, because you don't have to meet every man in the world. You just need to meet that right one. And the best way to meet the right one is doing something that you love. Like if you're a reader, as in a book reader, join a book club. You like poetry, join a poetry corner. Join the choir if you like singing. If you like playing pool, join a pool league. Things like that. Go to a place where people do what you like to do. You know, people make a mistake. Well, I should go. I want a successful guy, so I should go where successful people go. No, no, you want somebody that will like the same things you like. Trust me on that one. And that's how you get from point A to point B. Yeah, okay. He's there for you. He shows up as King of Cups. You do have somebody out there who can actually be mature and loving and giving at the same time. You know, wanting a secure future does not mean being boring or selfish or arrogant. And you find somebody who has that right set of everything. So get out and do what you like to do, and you will find somebody, you will find the right person for you. That's Card's advice.
Well, there you have it, folks. Another exciting edition of Psychic Sundays Live, over and done with, in the can, as they say. Please join us every Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, where we do this all over again. If you have any questions for the Queen, the email address is on the screen, and of course you'll find us on Facebook and on YouTube. We've got the channel, otherwise how would you be watching? And Sally, any last words?
Yes, remember to go to my YouTube channel, Queen of Ooga Booga, at gmail.com, right where you're at now, and watch the 3-part collaboration with myself and Carrie O'Donnell from Tarot by Lavina. Part 1 we just interview each other about our experiences as psychics, and part 2 we look at the future of different things in the States. We look at Matt Gaetz, Mitch McConnell, the future of the insurrection, so forth and so on. And the last one, part 3, is where we look at the future of the royal family. So I hope you'll watch those videos and enjoy them. And tune in again next week at 9 p.m. for Psychic Sundays Live with your Queen, Sally Diane, and her producer.
Woohoo! Bye-bye. Good night. See you later. Ciao!